Choose you. When was the last time you chose you? I signed up for a couples ministry at my church because I still believed in marriage. I want to say that clearly because it matters. I was not a woman who gave up. I was a woman who was still trying, still showing up. I was not a woman who wasn't willing to do what I needed to do, still bringing tools to a table where only one of us was working on the relationship. I thought if we could just learn what a healthy marriage looked like, see it modeled, understand what was possible between two people who were genuinely committed to each other, maybe something could shift. I sat in those sessions and I understood for the first time with full clarity what a healthy marriage was supposed to look like for a Christian woman. The contrast was so stark, so undeniable that I couldn't pretend anymore. What I was sitting in at home was not a struggling marriage working its way toward health. It was something else entirely, something I didn't yet dare to name. It was something unimaginable. I suggested counseling outside the church, a neutral space, a professional place, someone who could help us see what I was beginning to understand. We both already knew. And in that counseling session, my husband said it out loud. He had deliberately made me unhappy. The audacity for the last 8 years. For the last 8 years of our marriage, he was doing all that he could to destroy me, to hurt me, to tear me down. Not as an accusation, but as a deliberate decision. Not as an interpretation or a feeling I was processing, as a confession. Like he said it out his mouth with his chest. Woo! A statement of fact delivered across a therapist's office with matter of factness that was in some ways more devastating than anger would have been. Listen, listen, listen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Listen. For those of you, you know what? There's a song that says it best. As we lay. I can't think of the person who named, I can't think of the person who sung this song, but she says, the name of the song is called Superwoman. And she says, early in the morning, I put breakfast on your table. The eggs were made over easy. And you looked at me as they were getting cold. We don't talk the way we used to talk. And it's hurting so deep. I've cried my last cry. I'm not your superwoman. Listen, it takes three to make a thing go right. It takes three to make it out of sight. Y'all know the words to the song. I'm talking about a real person that has gone through what some of us can't even fathom or imagine. I can't imagine. Now, I was married for 18 years, so I relate with some of this story. The only difference between my marriage and the marriage that Tara talked about is that her husband said to her with his whole chest that he deliberately did everything he could to destroy her for the last 8 years of their marriage. My husband didn't say that. My husband, he just was doing him. He just was doing him. And we never made it to counseling because he he couldn't see himself. He was too busy in the frame. He couldn't see the picture. So here's my question. Because some of us just we do all that we can do until we can't do it anymore. Here's my question. Is there a situation in your life, a relationship, a job, a dynamic where you have been waiting for external circumstances to give you permission to leave or change? I want to know, what would it look like to give yourself that permission today? What would it look like for you to give yourself permission to leave, to give yourself permission to breathe? Listen, I just want to know, what would it look like? Go to amazingyou.com to get the rest of this story. Go to amazingyou.com so that you can hear how she got through, how she got over, and what she's doing today. Don't allow Tara's story, my story, Rochelle's story, Gail's story to be your story. Be brave and bold enough to love you enough to leave that job, to leave that relationship, to leave whatever, wherever, whoever. Love yourself enough to leave. Go to amazingyou.com, get the rest of the story. Stay tuned for more.